I just assume Shayne looked up the tags on IMDb for this, where the top ones are penis, handsome man, a male romance, a male kiss, and male rear nudity.
I didn't, but now I'm going to.
The rubber that rubs you out. Welcome to I Hope You Suffer.
That's an incredible tagline.
It's so good. I feel like that's 100% Lloyd Kaufman. This is episode 276 of I Hope You Suffer. I'm Nathan.
I'm Kit.
And this week we are joined again by Shayne Mathis to
Katie.
talk about... Yeah. Katie's going to be very quiet this episode. We were talking about 1996's Killer Condom. A banger.
So good.
I'm excited to talk about some dick-biting prophylactics.
Hell yeah. And well, since Shayne is basically replacing Katie this week, I assume Shayne took all of the notes, because I did not.
Oh, I didn't take any notes.
God
I
damn it,
watched
Shayne.
it.
You were supposed to do
I watched
plot.
the movie the other night.
Scene by scene plot breakdown.
I mean,
Number of dicks severed.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward film.
Yeah.
Not a lot of nuance to it. Not a lot of plot beats.
So I'm not sure, because I've watched both versions, but the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray release of this recently came with like an extended director's cut that I watched this week. That I couldn't tell you what the differences were. I assume it was just longer scenes, but somehow it's like
More teeth.
A solid like 25 minutes longer.
God damn.
Yeah, I downloaded that. I found a torrent for that and downloaded it, but it's in German and I couldn't get the subtitles to work, so I just watched it on YouTube.
Yeah. Like, as far as, like, I mean, I've only seen this maybe 3 times now, so I couldn't really tell you what, like, any of the differences were exactly in the extended version, but it just seemed like, for the most part, just sort of, like, extended scenes as opposed to, like, stuff that was cut. Like, whole scenes that were cut.
Gotta say, loved this movie. The last thing it needs to be is longer.
It honestly, like, wasn't, like, it wasn't, like, unbearable like a lot of movies get when they get extended. It just kind of, like, I feel like it gave you more like backstory a little bit to very American NYPD detective Luigi Macaroni.
Oh my god, I fucking died whenever they started talking about how they were in New York.
Yeah.
Well, yelling in German, talking about the woman from Oklahoma being there.
When they get to the president, the guy running to be president, and he's just screaming in German, I was like, it's just perfect cinema.
Yeah, it's funny because, it's like a German actor playing, like, just basically doing, like, a hate crime imitation of an Italian guy.
This fucking movie is
Named
perfect.
Detective
So good.
Macaroni.
Yeah. Well, like, I tried this week to see if I could find and read the comics it's based on. But I didn't want to spend $7 for, like, digital comics. So I didn't. But I do want to read them. They seem fun. But I guess, like, the guy, the original comic writer that this is based on, like, Rolf Koenig. I don't know, there's an umlaut in there. I don't know how this is pronounced. I can't read umlauts. Like, I guess a lot of his comics, they're all, like, extremely queer heavy and, like, based a lot in sort of, like, his own kind of personal experience as, like, a gay man. And I don't know, they all seem pretty interesting, and I think it's funny that, like, one of them is just this fucking weird movie that somehow Troma got a hold of and is probably the best movie that was in their catalog. Because This movie rocks, and this is one of the few that like I didn't own a physical copy of when I owned just like almost everything fucking Troma had released. I'd always like, it was like before I really kind of like embraced online ordering, and I was just buying stuff when I came across it like used or at like fucking Borders or whatever in Dayton, because for some reason Borders carried all of the Troma stuff. And,
that Borders. Yeah, they used to have a sweet selection there. I found the original Reanimator DVD there when it was out of print in like the early 2000s and worth like $300 on eBay.
Oh yeah, periodically I would go in and they would just be like shit where I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is like way out of print, and they have it for like $25. I should buy this.
Yeah,
I love bookstores.
Yeah,
I always have weird shit.
There are none where I live, and it's a bummer. Dayton, for some reason...
No one in Jersey reads.
I don't, like, it's, yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Well, I mean, there's Barnes & Noble, but that's, like, about it. But, like, I don't know what the deal was in Dayton, but there were used bookstores or used, like, media stores, like, every other fucking corner, it seemed like.
I mean, those used to be every... I think there just used to be a whole bunch of used bookstores in the 90s and 2000s, and then they all went out of business, like the big box electronics stores and like Media Play and all that kind of shit that's just gone now.
Yeah.
Now, like, you go into... Now Best Buy is all that's left, and it's just like a glorified shipping and receiving center.
I say they announced this week they're going to stop carrying DVDs and Blu-rays in like 2024.
I'm so mad. Every goddamn week I clock off and I fucking buy a movie on the way out of the store. Like, god damn it. They just started carrying good stuff.
Yeah. I feel like recently they just started getting like MVD in like the last little bit.
Yeah.
It's like,
got like MVD and oh my god, I forgot the other one that did the Dentist Collection. Vestron.
Oh yeah.
Carrying that and Criterion, all that kind of stuff.
Like, maybe you wouldn't be losing money on like physical media if you didn't get like 500 copies of whatever generic Melissa McCartney like comedy just came out and actually carried shit people were going to buy.
If you hadn't spent, several $1 million on fucking Chinese Democracy to release exclusively.
That's fucking. Everything's the worst.
I wonder if I've still got my Chinese Democracy shirt. I got one working.
I was thinking about that album the other day because somebody else mentioned it, and I was just like, I think I bought it the day it came out, and I think that was the last time I listened to it.
It didn't last much longer than that first month. After that, I was like, all right, well, that's fine.
I genuinely
go away, Buckethead.
Don't think I've heard a single song from that album. I assume it's not good, or it's
I couldn't tell you
fine.
What a single song was.
Yeah, I remember it being fine.
Yeah,
I remember
like whatever.
The reaction when it came out to people being like, "Oh, well, this is like surprisingly not terrible," and then like maybe 2 days later, I have not heard a thing about it other than like the only time it comes up was like there's some band that's been like, "Oh, it's been like 7 years we've been working on this album. It's our Chinese Democracy."
The Wikipedia page for Chinese Democracy is the longest Wikipedia page I've ever seen.
Well, it's probably just a list of all the musicians that came in and out of the fucking band in the process.
I just wanted to see the track list. Fuck.
All I fucking remember is at some point, what was the name? Buckethead, and then the dude with the foot. With the bass player or whatever.
What the foot?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Guy with the foot?
I gotta figure out what his name is. He's like either a bass player or a guitar player, and he plays like in a fucking the bass or whatever. Bumblefoot, yeah. It's like the shape of a fucking foot. And I was like, the fuck did they find this guy?
Oh man. I was genuinely so confused. I was like, what the fuck is Nathan talking about?
Oh, they got...
Like, he has a peg leg? What?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Tarantino joined the band?
Yeah. It's probably Tarantino's favorite. Well, it's a dude, so it's not. I do like, though, that for some reason his picture on Wikipedia Wikipedia is just him just fucking going hard on a double guitar that's not in the shape of a foot for some reason.
What happened to Bumblefoot?
Like, trying to find out.
whenever Chinese Democracy came out, like, a ton of people tried to convince me that he's an incredible guitar player, and I've never heard anything about him before or after.
I'd heard of him before from reading guitar magazines and stuff.
Yeah,
but I have no idea. He's probably now doing tours in the Midwest of like bars and grill where like, you know, like 57-year-old guys who are really into like
Guy Fieri restaurants.
Yeah.
Affliction shirts.
Yeah.
So in 2005, he was involved in a car accident that totaled his car and suffered severe injuries, including some brain damage for about a month.
God damn.
As had constant pain from his injuries, ended up having to take off from actually touring with Guns N' Roses to what he says is not die. And then in 2014, he was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh fuck!
Which I guess says it seems like it was like he, at least according to Wikipedia, the last update is that it was found and surgically removed in 2014. So I guess he's doing okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's in some prog metal bands now. Sons of Apollo, which I've actually heard of, because that's got like somebody from Dream Theater in it, and he's in. I guess he's like a member of that band Asia.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. This is very shocking.
But I mean, I guess that kind of dovetails with my theory that he's just playing like sports bars full of old men.
Yeah, just hanging out at like McGuffey's.
Yeah.
All he ever wanted to do is play Heat of the Moment every night for the rest of his life.
I gotta listen to his first album, The Adventures of Bumblefoot and Other Tales of Woe. Good God, the fucking cover art for this album, horrendous. If Metal Text was around in '95, this would have 100% been on one of his end of year worst album covers. It looks like a fucking MS Paint drawing of like a city Godzilla destroyed,
a bumbling foot.
But it's literally a foot with bumblebee stripes, a stinger, and wings.
Oh, I hate that.
It's fucking terrible.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
I did not expect this conversation on Killer Condom to immediately go into fucking
yeah, it's like immediately within 5 minutes we're talking about Bumblefoot.
This is what happens when Katie's not here to reel us in.
Oh God, the bumblebee foot's even worse than I thought.
It's not great.
I hate it. I hate that.
No, there's somebody in this country that has that as a tattoo.
Oh, 100%. Throat tattoo.
Outside of him, at least.
It's the Undertaker.
That's what he got covered up.
He covered up Sarah on his throat. Fucking Bumblefoot.
Instead, it's like black and blue lines because he loves the cops.
Oh my God, a fucking thin blue line Bumblefoot tattoo. That's a guy. That's a guy that's out there.
That's a guy that lives in Indiana right now. So, like, just the coolest guy in his town in Indiana. All right, Killer Condom. Big fan. Kind of wish I had been watching this more in the last fucking decade. It took Vinegar. It's been like way out of print till Vinegar Syndrome put it out, but it's so good. Like again, the best joke in the entire movie is that all of it takes place in New York, despite all being in German.
Clearly German.
It rocks. It's so funny. I guess general plot, because I did not take plot point notes. We'll just discuss it a little bit freely, because I got a job, and it sucks, and I don't have time to sit and take notes.
Notes are overrated.
You know, it's also a movie that, like Shayne said, you pretty much understand the plot by the title.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's about a bunch of condoms that bite off peckers.
It's basically you're following a cop, Luigi Macaroni.
Perfect name.
It's so good. Also, like, the actor that plays him in, like, real movies and then this. Like, he's in The Piano Teacher and shit like that. And then just somehow in Killer Condom. Which I assume is his best role. Good on you, Udo Samuel. Follows this cop who is following the trail of, basically on this case of a bunch of men getting their dicks, what they assume is bitten off by, like, sex workers at this one hotel. And you follow him as he's trying to figure out what the fuck's happening, and no one believes him. Until he finally breaks the case and eventually finds out that there's a very what was the place that was built on top of the old church? Was it a hospital, or was it I guess brothel's not the right word.
I don't know, House of Ill Repute.
Yeah, I can't think. Like, it's just like essentially, it's just like a hotel that people come to fuck in.
It's like a pay-by-the-hour hotel. It's called Hotel Quickie. Yeah. Like, that's the name of the hotel in the movie.
I literally just woke up, so just bear with me as my brain also wakes up.
But it's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those like sex hotels where you can pay by the hour.
And some very religious doctor ? It just decides that she's going to I guess bring the second coming of Jesus to earth to smite all of these people because
the Bible said nothing about prophylactics, okay?
Well, you didn't read it very carefully. And one day the condoms that eat shall be my second coming.
Condom 316.
Yeah, or that's the beast that will rise out of the two-headed beast that will rise out of the ocean. Is just a giant killer condom.
Fucking incredible. I'm here for that. That would immediately be like, might be religious. There's a killer condom involved.
Jesus, is that you?
Yeah. Yeah, the New York shit, all very funny. There's apparently a scene in it where, like, it might be when Luigi's first introduced, when he's in the back of that taxi cab and he gets out. And, like, you immediately see a couple get into the taxi, and I guess that wasn't, like that was literally just two real New Yorkers that just, like, jumped into this taxi that was, like, there to film. And we're just like, oh yeah, we gotta go wherever. And he was like, no? Pretty funny.
Incredible. I love movie magic.
Yes. Very always on board with, like, a movie that is, like, probably just stealing shots when they can, because that like, they blatantly didn't just, like, block off filming. They just had him in a taxi, dropped him off. It wasn't
yeah, I mean, there's scenes when they're shooting on the street where they're obviously not, it's real people, because they're, like, looking into the camera and stuff.
That's always my favorite, is when, like, you could tell, like, Basket Case is really good for it, where it's just, like, real weirdos in, like, seedy part of town, just hanging out in the background of every shot.
Yeah, I mean, this Killer Condom reminds me a lot of Henenlotter, like Frank Henenlotter movies. Because, I mean, it's that kind of, or Larry Cohen, where it's the, like, disgusting New York. I mean, New York is still disgusting, but it's the real seedy, like, sex hotels and, like...
Yeah, like all the 42nd Street shit from, like, the 70s.
Yeah.
Before, Giuliani came in and fucking ruined it.
Yeah, put everybody in prison.
Brutal. I always love seeing any, like, just grimy New York City shit from the 70s, because it always just looks incredible. Like, all of the... Like, this movie specifically doesn't have any of this, but, like, speaking of, like, Henenlotter movies, like, any of, like, the lit up, like, porn theaters... and shit like that. Like you just see in the background of any of that stuff always just looks so cool, and I'm just like, God damn it, why was I born too late to actually see any of this shit?
Yeah, I think, well, this came out in 95 or 96, so it was like right at the tail end of that, the 42nd Street Grindhouse thing. But yeah, I mean, it's still, I think at that point, New York was still pretty gross and shitty.
Yeah, you mostly, like, in this, you don't really get a whole lot of, like, exterior New York City. It's mostly all takes place either in, like, the, like, police precinct, like this hotel, or this weird, like, hospital / I don't know, sewer basement thing.
Yeah, the set design for the sewer at the end is so good too.
It's wild.
It's just that vat that the condoms are in. It's just like the most disgusting thing.
It's gross. 100% just random water they just scooped up from like the streets. That's what it looks like.
Well, you know, so I've only seen this movie a handful of times. I saw it, the first time I saw it was when it was on like Cinemax overnight in like the 90s at some point. But I didn't realize this until I rewatched it the other night, but George Butchergeit, the necromantic guy, did the special effects.
Fuck yeah.
I guess would explain why everything is just so disgusting looking.
Well, you have that, and then you got, like, H.R. Giger apparently was, like, a consultant on, like, the fucking condom
that caught me off guard.
And I was, I'd sort of, like, the same with Shayne. I saw this maybe late 90s, early 2000s, whenever, like, Troma was just, like, peak DVD time. And, like, I don't know if I'd even put together watching it, though, like, one time I saw it around then. And then, like, I watched it with the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray and was like, H.R. Giger was part of this? What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like maybe they just sent him creature sketches and he was just like, looks good to me. And then they put that credit in there to be like, oh, H.R. Giger gave us the thumbs up.
He consulted, all right?
They probably were just like, hey, what do you think a condom that kills people would look like? And it was just like, probably got teeth.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
It's like, I don't wear them personally, but...
What is condom?
Yeah.
I would fucking... God, it's such a bummer he's dead, because I would love just, like... Vinegar Syndrome would have somehow got... Like,
commentary track with him?
Like, an interview with him or anything. Somehow, like, an hour, 15-minute interview for, like, his, like... probably one correspondence with the people making this movie. I can't remember. I listened to the audio commentary on the like theatrical cut, but I can't remember if they talk about actually like communicating with Giger or not. Yeah. So, you know, cop going through trying to figure out where these condoms are at. The first
great sentence.
The first like the opening when it's like the teacher that is trying to convince whatever student to fuck him to get her grades up, that gets his dick bit off. Incredible. Like I feel like this movie does a really good job of like pointing out sort of like shitty people in society, or get like some of the people getting like, well, I don't know, like you figure you get that, like the bad guy is a Christian woman,
Christian fundamentalist,
and like I don't know, like I think like they don't necessarily, while it is a movie that like follows cops, they don't necessarily treat them with like where like a lot of movies would be like, no, the cops are like ultimate good guys. Like most of the force is like pretty incompetent outside of like Luigi and like I guess Sam, I think was his name. His Sam.
His partner.
Yeah, his partner. Yeah. I think the best fucking joke in this movie outside of like it being in New York City is when he's getting Sam ready to go like undercover at like
the handkerchief.
Yeah, at like a gay bar, and he's just like, yeah, this yellow handkerchief in your back right pocket means you don't want fuck tonight. And it cuts to like a little bit later, and he like freaks out on him, and he's like, "That yellow handkerchief meant I wanted to get pissed on. This guy pissed on my leg."
Yeah, I feel like that had to be a reference to cruising.
Yeah, like it, 100%. It's also like like I said, like I didn't get a chance to read the comics, but like the guy that wrote them was like an openly gay man, and like wrote a lot about like his experiences in sort of like underground gay bars and just gay life in like Germany in general. And I feel like it's probably full with a bunch of shit that like most people that like aren't in that world wouldn't understand. And then like I feel like most straight people probably know that like the handkerchief thing from cruising specifically.
Yeah, but I mean, probably not. When did I don't. I mean, I was in high school the first time I saw this, so it was probably a lot of these references were over my head. You know, I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, so. But yeah, I mean, probably a lot of this stuff was still pretty, because this is a super gay movie. It's like really entrenched in gay culture. So even in the 90s, prior to the internet, it was probably a lot of this stuff would probably go over like a normie's head.
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure. Like I probably had zero context for that joke because I didn't see Cruising until this year for the first time. But like I had known like the sort of handkerchief stuff prior, just from like general cultural osmosis at this point. But I'm sure in like 2000 when I saw this, I probably had like zero idea what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Handkerchief.
Like, and for like a 1996 movie, they handle like all of the sort of like gay aspects of this pretty fucking well. Especially when like I go back and watch a lot of like the comedies from the 90s, I'm like, oh god.
Oh no.
Like this is like, like outside of, I think, like, even though it's sort of like it's mostly a plot point with the sort of like dead naming of like Babette/Bob in it.
Babette, yeah.
Like outside of that, like and that plays into it where it's like it's sort of happening in a aspect of Luigi's character having to like, I don't know, come to terms with it and eventually like being like, no, like, because at some point like someone else calls her Bob.
Yeah,
and he's
he
like,
comes
no,
around.
it's Babette.
Yeah.
And so like there's like an actual plot point to it, and I just remember rewatching it once like the Blu-ray came out and being like, oh, this kind of doesn't hold up, and then you get like further in the movie and you're like, oh, okay, there was like a reason for this, but like it's like pretty well done for 1996, which I'm sure has a lot to do with like the comic writer than like anything else. But it's like I've gone back and watched like a bunch of sort of SNL-ish related comedies from like the 90s this year, and not many of them were fucking great. Like,
yeah, if you watch any comedy up until probably 2010 or 2011, there's so many, there's just like slurs everywhere.
Oh, it's wild.
Jokes, like homophobic jokes and stuff, or even just super like really racist.
Yeah, it's upsetting. I was like, at one point I was like, maybe I'll try to like, I want to see if I could try to watch all of the like movies that like feature SNL characters, right? Like the Ladies Man, and
I mean that was your mistake there.
Well, I don't know why. Like it was one of those things. Like when I had the opportunity of just like watching shit at work, I'm like, I'm just gonna like, I don't want to like scroll around and find something. I'll just like pick some.
I'm gonna watch
theme.
It's Pat.
Well, yeah, that was the one I didn't make it to because I was just like, there's no chance this is at all watchable.
Yeah, It's Pat and Stuart Saves His Family are just, that's like bottom of the barrel SNL stuff.
Because like A Night at the Roxbury, incredible, holds up still. I don't know if I've ever seen Superstar.
I think it's.
I don't think anyone has.
Funny, but this was in the 90s, so who knows?
I like I've seen Ladies Man. It is fine, doesn't necessarily hold up. But I was like, I'm gonna like see how some of this stuff is, because The Night at the Roxbury, very good, and I think I made it like 3 movies, and I was like, I'm done. I think I just switched to like Chris Farley and David Spade, and then watched 2 of those movies and was, I'm done with this. Black Sheep,
the MacGruber
movie
right. is funny.
Oh, MacGruber's so good. Him fucking the ghost in the cemetery is one of the funniest scenes of all time.
I'm gonna shoot.
It's Will Forte, highly underappreciated. I still need to get around to like the TV show. I never actually sat down to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Kit, thoughts on MacGruber?
I haven't watched any of MacGruber, so
At some
I have
point,
no idea what y'all are saying.
I always kind of like, I always keep an eye on it because if I want to do it as like a bonus episode if it ever comes up, but it doesn't really seem to like stream for free very often. But you know,
yeah,
you would like it. Chris Jericho, Great Khali, Mark Henry.
I'll say I think I love Will Forte
is in it. For a minute. It's honest. It's super funny. I had zero expectations that it would be good because the sketches are fine, but like, I was like, "There's no way." Like everything else with SNL, I'm like, "There's no way this transfers from sketch to movie."
Yeah, full length movie.
It's so fucking funny. Will Forte is just like crushing it that whole movie, and it's a bummer that it didn't do well. But I got a TV show, and I'm assuming it's probably also good, so I'll get around to watching that at some point. This movie. No Will Forte.
Sad. The one mark against it.
The reason it's a 4-star movie for me.
He could have played the Condom.
Oh man, it'd be awesome. It'd be like fucking motivational growth, except instead of the mold, it's the condom.
Now that would be incredible.
Now I'm just thinking about Will Forte with his long hair stuck under that car. Just fucking screaming. Yeah, that's, you know, pretty, like, if you're looking for movies that deal with gay culture in a good way, this is a pretty high up on that list, I think. Because
you might be surprised to hear Killer Condom mentioned. But...
I don't know if like the directors, because there's one main director, there's 2 people credited with just like additional directing, and I think 2 of them were part of the commentary track, so I think they did like most of the lifting for the movie. And I don't know if they're like gay themselves or not. So like, especially if they're not, it's very, very well done. Like in treating it as like with the respect it deserves in this movie. Luigi having a massive dick.
Oh, yeah.
An incredible point where like the first time he goes to like fuck that sex worker and the way they reveal it where it's just the shadow on the dude's face is fucking amazing.
So good.
I fucking love it. Like, I don't know, I like all of the stuff that takes place in the actual like hotel is pretty fun. Like the dude that works behind the desk is just this like grimy dude, but is also very funny, where he's just kind of like screaming over people all the time, and he just has like a fucking tub of like loose condoms because they're cheaper.
Oh, I forgot. they're like, oh, do these come unwrapped? They're cheaper that way.
It's so gross.
The condoms are so funny looking too because they're huge.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like it looks like a muffin top that someone put like a little rubber nipple on top of.
Yeah, it feels like it would have been they had to have made those, so
Yeah.
it feels like it would have been cheaper just to buy a pack of condoms.
That was the
Like,
thing I was going to say, is it's like it's very funny to me that it's not just like real condoms and then like the fake ones when they're like shooting like them moving around. Instead, it's always just these like massive fake condoms.
Like, comically large
condoms. They look so thick. Like, it's so
there's
upsetting.
Like no way you could feel anything.
It makes sense that all of those have teeth.
Yeah.
At least I'm assuming. Yeah, that dude rocks. All of the people, like, they do a really good job of filling this like hotel with just weird people in like the background of everything, just sort of like milling around. And
I mean, again, it's like Basket Case, right?
Yeah.
It's this like seedy cast of characters that are just kind of there.
I wonder, like, I wonder if Henenlotter ever watched this movie. Because I feel like he
had to have, right?
Yeah, he's had to have.
I don't know a lot about Henenlotter, and like you know how there's a lot of directors that'll just be kind of like, yeah, I don't really like horror, or I don't really like watch stuff in the genre. I just kind of fell into this or whatever. He seems like somebody that probably was like very into it, like sat around and would like check all this shit out.
Frank Henenlotter is huge in exploitation and like horror, like low budget horror. He's a film historian for this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
I guess I did know that.
Yeah, like if you remember Something Weird, that DVD, that was him. Like he owned that.
Yeah. I think maybe Something Weird maybe works with AGFA now. And
yeah.
Because I know AGFA puts out like some of the stuff that was on that. Like, I'm so glad I didn't buy it, but I remember when I first discovered them, I was like, I'm gonna buy Bat Pussy on Blu-ray. And then I like randomly stumbled across like a $10 VHS of it, and I was like, perfect, now I don't have to buy this Blu-ray. And it is the worst thing I've ever watched, probably. It is so fucking boring and just unsexy for like a porno. It is upsetting. Do not recommend for anybody listening. Although Bat Pussy, very good title.
Yeah, a great title.
Yeah, like this, I feel like this movie would be like a really good like double header with like Brain Damage or something.
Yeah. Because Brain Damage has that. Yeah, it's sort of along this. Yeah, no, that would work.
Yeah,
because there's that dick gag in Brain Damage too.
Yeah, the fucking blowjob gag.
It's so good.
That movie's so good, and like I feel like Basket Case obviously is like his probably maybe Basket Case and Frankenhooker are probably like his two biggest.
Like
I think
big movies.
Yeah, like the ones I feel like people talk about the most, but like Brain Damage fucking holds up. I rewatched that this year for like the first time in a while, and it might be my favorite of his. It's really well done.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I really like kind of like Shayne said earlier, like all of the stuff in like the weird sewer basement thing looks fucking great, and it's like all acted pretty fucking well. And like the end where she's just delivering like the bad guy fucking monologue about why she's doing it, and it's all because like she's religious and like I guess for some reason wants to take out this one gay cop in the city. And like whatever this fucking like weird sex hotel that she refers to like New York City as Sodom and Gomorrah, which is like probably taken straight from like absurd Republican dipshits at the time. I feel like most of her speech just feels like shit like Pat Robertson.
Well, if you watch Fox News now, that's how they talk about New York City now, even though it's Times Square is like Disney World.
Also, despite the fact that most of them probably live there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fox News is famously headquartered in New York. Yeah, but I mean, that's the funny thing about the kind of like the elite conservatives. They'll live in like L.A. or New York because they want the culture and the food and shit, but then they're also want to pretend like they would be caught dead at a TGI Fridays in like Middletown, Ohio.
Yeah, right. I was picturing like Tucker Carlson having to like eat at like the Dayton Mall food court.
Yeah, it would just be like the funniest. Yeah,
getting Sbarro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the climax of this movie where like she's delivering that monologue and like there's like a fucking supersized fucking mega killer condom specifically for Luigi.
Yeah, because of a giant hog.
And it essentially just kind of looks like the Predator's mouth on the end of a condom.
Yeah, the monster, the giant condom is so gnarly looking. It's so good.
And it's just like in this gross water with all of these other like fucked up condoms around it, and it's just like everything in it just looks gross, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's really unpleasant to look at, but that's why it's so good.
She's also managed to like tie up everyone in his life above like a pool of these things.
Yeah.
Which is very funny that it's like for the like obviously like you get to a point where like you could tell he actually does like Babette, but like it's I don't know, just like a dick for whatever reason. But like because you find out that like Babette was like his partner as a cop before I guess quitting to fucking I guess sing at this fucking shitty motel.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Seems like a real pay downgrade, but I don't know. It's better than being a cop, I guess. But like, I don't know. It's just very funny that it's like literally like the, I don't know, 5 or 6 people that are introduced in his life in this movie all get kidnapped by her. Oh, and I guess like 4 or 5 of them then just like a random like patient that like helped them find the fucking basement to begin with. Like all of the stuff with like Sam having to interact with this lady screaming and like what on the Blu-ray just says foreign language because none of it's subtitled for whatever reason. They just didn't bother subtitling any of her.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, the people speaking other languages aren't subtitled.
Yeah, it's only like the German.
Yeah. I guess that's the whole thing where it's like, well, they can't speak the language, so the audience can't understand it either.
Well, there's things like in this, like you don't necessarily need it. Like you absolutely get like what is happening because and it kind of lends to like the jokes that like no, you know, like no one for whatever reason like no one can like communicate with this like one person who is telling them what the fuck is actually happening or like leading them to what happens, except for like all of a sudden like the one sex worker that like Luigi is into is just like there and he's like, oh, she said like blah 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 like this, and it's like, oh, so like this guy can randomly communicate with her, but the cops of course have zero idea what she's saying.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of movies do that. There's a lot of like Italian movies where it'll be like everything's in Italian except for like randomly one Japanese character or something will show up and they just don't fucking like subtitle any of it, and it'll be like this long conversation. You're just like, I don't know what the fuck any of this is about. Like,
the hell's happening?
This is probably major plot points that I'm never gonna understand because they didn't bother subtitling any of it. Yeah, like I saw also a love story in this movie featuring Luigi and I can't remember the guy's name, the character's name, the sex worker that he eventually fucks.
Mike or something? It was something. I think it was some
Billy, I think.
Yeah, and then because he kept calling him cop.
Yeah, and then, I love at the end. He's like, "Well, now that I might be quitting, are you still going to call me cop?" And he's just like, "I'll always call you cop." It's surprisingly like cute at the end of this movie.
Yeah, I like that the meet cute in the movie is him taking Billy up to the murder room to hook up with him.
And then getting a ball bit off by the condom. Yeah. There's like I feel like every scene in this that actually like features like the condom attack is pretty fun. Like that scene where they're like he's like No one seems to be at all concerned that the condom that they're holding just like jumps out of their hand and like rolls away before like bites off one of his balls. Like the scene when like Babette fucking is gonna like psycho Luigi in the shower for whatever reason, like leads to them like putting like a fucking hose, like getting the condom to jump on like a hose and filling it with like gas, like blowing it up in his apartment.
Yeah, because he was pretending like the hose was his dick.
Like that scene's really fun. Like I don't know, it's like kind of just like pretty fucking well done, like overall, and like I said earlier, like kind of handles the subject matter really well in a not shitty way. Like just kind of just surprising all around. Like I was pretty shocked rewatching this after like almost 20 years and like how well like everything in it holds up. Oh, the fucking presidential candidate getting his dick bit off, incredible. When you get like the condom just floating around on the rubber duck.
Yeah, yeah, because the woman he was gonna cheat with or whatever was like, oh look, it's so adorable.
It's just a fucking perfect image of just this condom floating around on like a rubber ducky. It's so good. It's like I sent Katie like a clip of that. That was the only thing Katie has seen with this movie. She's like, nope, I'm good.
Pass.
Although I think she would actually overall probably enjoy this movie. Like, it's not overly like if this movie was made now, this shit would be like way grosser and like sleazier than it is. And I feel like just like somehow the 90s was the best option for this movie. Like just unthinkable. But also, I guess other countries were probably handling this kind of subject matter better than Americans. Also unsurprising.
Yeah, the least surprising.
I don't know. Anything else from anyone on Killer Condom outside of it being very good?
Always check your condoms for teeth.
Yeah, gotta practice safe sex for your partner and your own Johnson.
Fuck that shit. Live on the edge.
Your own schwanz.
Just fucking... just raw dog those killer condoms without looking. Yeah. I assume because a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff tends to end up on Tubi, I have a feeling this may hopefully end up on Tubi in the near future. But I don't know. Killer Condom seems to be one of the ones that, like, Troma owned that just kind of, like, is like a weird outlier that was in their catalog where it just doesn't seem to, like, ever pop up, like, anywhere streaming. So I don't know what kind of, like, rights issues there are with it, but hopefully it'll pop up somewhere like Tubi soon with the rest of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, but I'm not sure. But there's, less legal ways to see it if you want to see it. But I do recommend, if you haven't, buy the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray. It's pretty great. Or I think they released it in 4K, which is insane to me.
It's a horrible time to be alive in just about every respect, unless you like the dumbest fucking underseen movies and want a nice 4K copy.
I am so fucking stoked that Vinegar Syndrome has somehow got, like, the rights to re-release, like, the good Troma stuff that, or like the stuff Troma had that, like, they distributed as opposed to, like, necessarily made. Because, like, the last drop for pre-orders was Bloodsucking Freaks, Rabid Grannies, and Mother's Day. And Bloodsucking Freaks and Mother's Day are both in 4K, which is, like, insane to me. I can't wait to see what Bloodsucking Freaks looks like at 4K.
Yeah, I feel like it's hit or miss because some stuff like the 4K version of Killer Condom is what I downloaded and it looked good, but I didn't watch the entire thing because it wasn't in German and the subtitles didn't work. But yeah, I mean some of this stuff I don't know. Some of it is good with the grain. I don't know.
Yeah.
The 4K I don't know. I'm up in the air with it.
Well,
sometimes shitty is part of the charm.
A lot of the stuff, like Vinegar Syndrome specifically, when they will do like something like this in 4K, like you still kind of get that feel. It's just like slightly crisper. And like a lot of the stuff they'll put like there'll be like a disclaimer before a lot of them where they're like, this was like scanned from like the best possible like format we could find it in, and sometimes that's just the VHS is all that is still around.
Yeah.
And shit. So like you still get like a good portion of that with some, especially like a lot of the stuff from the 70s that wasn't like massively popular that they get the rights to. Like it still kind of looks like shit. It's just like a crispier looks like shit.
Yeah. Well, I guess apparently Killer Condom was shot on 35mm, which I expect. I thought it was 16. But yeah, I guess if you're going to master it into 4K, if you've got a good source that's 35 millimeter, it'll still look good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, based on this and, like, there's something else trauma that they had, like, released recently. I got, like, high hopes for Bloodsucking Freaks and Mother's Day. And I have, like, Rabbit Grannies I've only seen where it just kind of looks like shit, like when we did an episode on it. So I'm kind
of... like someone clearly uploaded a VHS for it to Tubi.
I'm kind of excited to see what that movie will look like in a better format.
I gotta buy that.
Yeah, I was very stoked when that pre-order dropped. Also, Magic Crystal, part of that, also a banger. Just weird E.T. meets Indiana Jones kung fu movie with Cynthia Rothrock. Just a banger.
Fuck yeah.
All right. I feel like there was like one news thing I was going to bring up, and per usual, I did not look it up prior, so I'm going to look it up now. Nothing but bad news today, so...
Yeah, right.
It's just... I'm not going to get fucking started on Bandcamp. Just enjoy Bandcamp while it's around.
Yeah. Download all your stuff.
Yeah, that's literally my fucking goal for the next like month is to get a external hard drive and just back up all that shit. Especially while my old laptop is on its last leg, so I need to back up some shit anyway.
Pro tip, download Batchcamp, so you can download all your albums at once instead of downloading 5,000 one at a time.
You just save me a lot of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there's a few tools on GitHub and some other places that let you upload it. I think you can set a bit rate and then it'll just start downloading everything.
Yeah. I mean, I have like I have a bunch of stuff on there I don't give a fuck about because like it would just be shit like Kit and I were talking before we started recording where I was just like, I don't know, I have like a bunch where I would just be like, well, I want like 5 albums on this like record labels roster that would be, I don't know, $10 more expensive than buy the entire fucking label's output. So I'll just do that.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, and you wind up with dozens of albums that you're never gonna listen to.
Yeah. Like I have like there's like a bunch of like noise labels that would do that where it'd be like, you know, $1 each. Or you could buy all 900 of our albums for $3. All right. Kit, what did you watch this week?
Let's see. I pulled up the wrong fucking thing. So I watched Sweet Home, which is a Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie that apparently inspired Resident Evil. It was pretty good. I watched To the Devil a Daughter, which is just Christopher Lee, like, looking hot as shit.
Yeah.
Trying to...
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. Real good. Then I watched Fist of the Vampire. That's not a good movie.
I immediately added that to my wish list, or my watch list. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it looks terrible.
It's our boy Lynn Kabasinski who did Skull Forest.
Oh, God.
Way better than Skull Forest, because it's a bunch of vampires doing kung fu poorly for 2 hours.
I'm in.
Then I watched a movie I had never heard of until like 2 days ago called Body Parts, starring Jeff Fahey.
Oh my god, that movie is so good.
It fucking rocked. I was having such a great time with it.
Body Parts is I haven't seen it forever because it's hard to find. It's hard to find on streaming or physical media.
If you have Criterion Channel, it's on Criterion as part of their 90s horror collection.
God, I might have to. I don't. I might have to subscribe though, just for that, for like a month.
It's so good. Oh man. Then I watched Cemetery Man. Man, what 3 bangers in a row here?
Cemetery
Body
Man's
Parts,
so
Cemetery Man,
good.
and Killer Condom. Yeah, Cemetery Man fucking rips. Like, I'd heard about it being a cult classic forever. That's another one that was kind of hard to track down, but
yeah, I have like some region locked, like, you know, UK release of it, but I think Severin is putting it out soon.
They announced that they're releasing it, but they don't have like a date or anything set for it.
They've been touring, or like, you know, Fest have been playing like their scan of it, so That'll be like an immediate purchase for me because that movie's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. They used to show it on Cinemax a lot in the 90s.
Yeah,
but
like
that makes sense.
Somehow, like I had never seen it until a year or two ago. But Caitlin was like, "Oh, I used to watch this all the time when I was a kid," and I was like, "Yeah, it's very strange. It explains a lot."
Yeah,
because I guess it used to just like you said, just like air on like Cinemax or HBO or some shit.
Yeah, and it wasn't during the day, but it wasn't overnight. It would be on in prime time.
Yeah. Was that it, Kit?
Yeah.
All right, Shane.
After that, it was just Killer Condom.
Shane, have you been watching anything good lately?
Well, I mean, it's been a mixed bag because the last couple weeks I've been First, I binged all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and now I'm doing Friday the 13th. Well, I actually finished Friday the 13th last night with that remake from 2010, and then so tonight I'm capping it off with Freddy versus Jason, the apotheosis of both franchises. So it's a mixed bag. I mean, I've obviously seen all of the movies multiple times, but I guess it was good. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of crap in Nightmare on Elm Street. I think more so than Nightmare on Elm Street, or I mean, fuck. Now
more so than Friday the 13th.
Totally, yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street has more crap, I think, than Friday the 13th. But the good Nightmare on Elm Streets are better than the good Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I think that was like when we did the Nightmare on Elm Street episode like last month or so. That was like sort of my takeaway where I was like, I think Friday the 13th is a better franchise, but like the first Nightmare on Elm Street is like better than anything in Friday the 13th, I think.
Yeah, the first, I love 2. The 2 is the first Nightmare on Elm Street that I ever saw, but it's also, it's just good. I don't know, I know a lot of people hate it because they're like, oh, it's gay or whatever, but I don't know. I wrote a term paper about the homoerotic elements of it in college.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, but I don't know, because Freddy is just, it's still when Freddy is mean, he's not like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that was
he's not a cartoon character.
That was the thing I kept saying is I was like, I like scary Freddy more than like, because I know most people like sort of like wisecracking Freddy, and like I'm the opposite. Where like I like 1 New Nightmare and 2 are like a sort of rotating like top 3 for me, and then everything outside of that I'm like, this is fine. I just kind of don't really care that much.
Yeah, I know this is a super unpopular opinion, but I don't even really like Dream Warriors. I don't think I've ever been able to sit through it in its entirety.
How dare you?
I fall asleep every time I try and watch it, and I don't know. I know everybody loves it, but I think it's also because most people saw it when they were like a kid.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people that was like from what I remember like reading, that was like their first, and then they like went back or whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, it's fine, it's entertaining, but I would never say it's my favorite one. I think I actually like the Dream Master more than Dream Warriors.
Dream Master rips.
Can't remember if it was a podcast or I saw someone post about it on Instagram that they said Dream Child was their favorite, and I was like, what's wrong with you?
Oh my god, that's no. That's just bull. Dream Child is borderline unwatchable.
I think that was the one. Is that the one where the guy has like turns into like the fucking
the motorcycle
thing or whatever?
Yeah.
Like there's like a 4.5 hour or something like documentary about like all of them, and I was really interested. And it's a bummer because I don't think a lot of it necessarily survived, but like I guess a lot of the deaths in that movie went way harder than the MPAA would allow, and they had to cut it down like so drastically where like the motorcycle scene was like a solid 2-minute transformation that's all cut down to like 15 seconds or whatever. And like I feel like that movie could have been really cool, but God forbid the MPAA let anything good happen.
Yeah, I could see that. There was the same issue in the Nightmare or the Friday the 13th movies from around that time, because it was like the mid to late 80s where the MPAA was really cracking down on violence. But yeah, I think it's like Nightmare on Elm Friday the 13th 7, the new blood, the one with the psychic girl. There's hardly any blood in it. It's not really gory at all.
Yeah.
But it does have my favorite kill when Jason plants that axe in that blonde woman's head and then launches her across the room into a TV. It's just like so funny. It's super brutal, but also really funny.
I still stand by the sleeping bag as the best kill. It's completely bloodless, but like,
the sleeping.
So funny.
The sleeping bag is good. The guy walking on his hands whose crotch gets obliterated by Jason is really good.
It's those like later Friday the 13th, I think, don't get the love they deserve.
Like, 6 is really good. I think 6
is the best, I think.
Yeah. It's 3, 4, and 6, I think, are my favorites, and they kind of rotate as far as which ones I like the most. But 6 rules.
I will say I like 1 might be like my least favorite in that franchise. I really
it's
don't.
Fine.
Like it's a totally like passable slasher, but like I really don't give a fuck about it until you get to like the Jason stuff.
Yeah.
Outside of those, anything else, Shayne?
Not really. That's pretty much. I went to a bunch of shows the last few weeks, so I haven't been watching a lot of movies. And when I am watching movies, it's Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th.
Now you gotta.
That's like 20 movies.
Now you gotta do the Halloween run and just ruin your week.
Oh no!
God.
I did Halloween last year, and those are the first Halloween is one of my favorite movies, and So for me, the only Halloweens that need to exist are 1 through 3, and then H20, which everybody hates, but I love.
How dare you?
Say I like H2O.
How dare you cut Paul Rudd out of that scenario?
Yeah. Oh my God! That one is so. I saw that in the theater. My buddy and my buddy John and I went and saw it in the theater, and we were both like, "What the fuck is this?"
I don't.
What's that like new cut that they did? Because I'd never seen it before. And watching it, it's just like, I thought this was supposed to be a good version.
Yeah, there's just not a good version of 6.
I don't know how that franchise gets like the love overall that it does, because it's like mostly garbage.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Let's see. There's a couple things I watched outside of like the Horror Gives Back shit I'm watching. Kind of digging through the Black Emmanuel box set slowly. And I watched Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals, which is upsetting, but very good.
I've seen that.
Leave it to Joe D'Amato to be like, you know what this sexy movie needs? Cannibal Tribe.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin sex.
I watched the 1972 made-for-TV movie Gargoyles, which is a banger.
Oh, I think I've seen that a long time ago.
It's like most of those 70s made-for-TV horror where it's like half boring and then half just insane shit happening. Where there's just like these fucking just upsetting looking gargoyles that are like kidnapping people, but like they look incredible. Like for whatever budget they had, I don't know how they pulled them off, but it's pretty good. And then I watched, I think it was a Czechoslovakian movie. Yeah, this Czechoslovakian like Beauty and the Beast adaptation that I watched on Cave of Forgotten Films, and it's pretty fucking great. Probably the only good version of Beauty and the Beast I've ever seen, where like everything is shot in these just like just these just sort of gorgeous but like also kind of grimy looking woods in this just like beat down fucked up mansion, and just I don't know, very good Beauty and the Beast adaptation.
That sounds interesting. Although I take offense here. The only good Beauty and the Beast adaptation when we've got the Ron Perlman.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, I don't know. This one was like more. Like, there's a lot more like horror aspects to it because like the Beast is just like, as opposed to sort of like the Disney version is just like this weird fucked up looking dude. And like, I don't know, it's pretty good. I would highly recommend it. I had a really good time watching it. Subtitles on the Cave of Forgotten Films version are like kind of fucked up, but you kind of like enough that you kind of like get what's happening. Where it would be like, you know, that shit where you'll be watching a movie and it'll be like it's sort of broken English subtitles. Where like instead of saying like you're the one coming to this house, it's like you coming to house or fucking whatever. Just kind of not the best subtitle translation, but like passable. I think that's mostly it. New 90 Day Fiance. It's all I've been watching. So immediately a season ends, a new one starts, never ending.
Nonstop.
The new first episode of the new regular 90 Day Fiance season is just off to a fucking nightmare start. I can't wait for the rest of the season. Although they're gonna have a real hard time beating the first episode of the last before the 90 days, where they immediately announced that this dude was being catfished.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, you didn't even hold that. You were like first episode.
So what do you want to do? They're like, well, it might still be her.
Oh
no,
man.
we're telling you definitively it's not. And he's like, well,
That dude spends like
God damn it, bro.
5 episodes just being like, I don't know, maybe someone's tricking her into this. Incredible. Just fucking the best show on TV. Alright. Shout outs, Kit.
I'm gonna go with Texas Rangers again because when I did that last time we won, so I'm gonna need to keep that up.
Just keep your fucking.
It might be Texas Rangers for a while.
All right, Shayne, you got something you want to shout out?
I don't know. I'll do a tentative shout out to this Toxic Avenger remake that's coming out. I don't know.
I'm mixed. I've read a lot of the reviews that came out of Beyond. I think it was Beyond Fest where it premiered, and it's like everybody either really loved it or really hated it. So
yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, Peter Dinklage is the Toxic Avenger. I feel like is good. I feel like Elijah Wood has a really good nose for being in weird movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Bacon's in it.
I think the cast has me really intrigued, but like that's just one of those movies where I'm like, it's so fucking very specific time period sort of thing. Where like I feel like that movie could only really be made in like the 80s. Because the sequel's not great.
No.
I love 2 and 3 for just being cheesy, like fun movies, but like the first one's like a straight up 80s masterpiece, and like I'm absolutely gonna watch it when it comes out, but I'm like very hesitant on like whether it'll be good or not. But I'm interested. Like the trailer didn't really do much for me, but we'll see. I'll still watch it. I think we're gonna like whenever it's actively available, we're gonna do an episode with the original and the remake because I don't think Katie's ever seen the original. And I'm ready to like ruin her week that week because I don't think she's gonna enjoy it. I don't know. I'll like still just listening to John Zorn, I guess, is my shout out. Just working my way through that fucking catalog on Spotify.
Duding it up.
It's well, it's
a lot of
it's strange because like I guess he has an executive producing credit on every album that came out on his label. So he's attached to like a bunch of shit on Spotify that's like not actually his albums, but it's just listed under John Zorn for some reason. So I guess more than anything, I'm just listening to all the Tzadik record stuff.
Lots of honks and doots.
There's some really fucking good stuff on that. Like so far, I haven't disliked anything I've listened to. But there's definitely some shit that I absolutely like understand why people would be like, I cannot listen to this.
I think my phone like picked up you talking about John Zorn like a week or two ago because Facebook has just been showing me like John Zorn Facebook groups.
Hell yeah. I'm sure those are unbearable.
Check out all 478 cassettes I have of John Zorn. Like, what the fuck is happening here?
I can't think of anything worse than like maybe being in like a Tool fan group.
Oh my god.
I once
The smell.
on Twitter said that like ISIS fanboys were just about as bad as like Tool fanboys, and ended up in some fun like getting screenshotted into some fucking ISIS shitposting group where half of them were like, yeah, he's not wrong, and then the rest of them were like, fuck this dude.
This piece of shit.
And I was like, thank you for proving my point. All right. Next week, I'm doing an episode on Final Flesh with Lori from Queer Horror Cult. Which, I don't know how the fuck we're going to talk about that movie. Because that movie does not have a plot. It's just a bunch of random shit the dude from Xavier Renegade Angel sent to porn companies to make and shoot portions of his film, and it is very weird. So that'll be a weird episode. And then, like, because Katie is out of town for like a week, and then Kit's work schedule and mine don't align, so like it's gonna have like a somehow the Halloween week is the week that we're not gonna be able to actually record. But
go fucking figure.
Yeah, after that, we're doing an episode on Treehouse of Horror, which is apropos that it'll be coming out probably the first week in November, because there's a long running thing in the history of The Simpsons that because of football, Fox would like push back Treehouse of Horror until like the first Thursday of like November, and they're like, great, thanks. It's what we wanted, is our Halloween episode to air in November. So I think it's
you could just
oh god.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you can just pretend like it's intentional, like, oh yeah, we're doing this as an homage to the.
That's what I told Katie when like I was like, we realized it probably wasn't gonna happen in time. I was like, it fucking works fine, because most of the time it would be like November 7th or some shit when like Treehouse of Horror would air. Let's see. You can support us by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/IHaveToSufferPodcast. Let's see. Mars Attacks had just come out by the time this is out, and then Katie and I have an episode on Swamp Thing and the Return of Swamp Thing that I think is like a couple days after this comes out. All good movies. Shayne,
yeah, Mars Attacks rules.
I was gonna say, when was the last time you watched Mars Attacks?
I haven't watched it in a while, but I went and saw it, I think 3 times in the theater when it was out.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater too, and I have like no recollection as to why, because like 94, 96, I would have only been like 12, 14. I forget when year that came out, sometime around then, and I was probably like not at all interested and got dragged to it and was like, actually, this movie rocks.
Yeah, I was into Tim Burton because I was just kind of like a nerd in high school. Like, having a favorite director in high school in the 90s is bad enough, but having it be Tim Burton is like super super dorky.
We were kind of talking about in the episode where like I think we all agree that was the last time Tim Burton was like good.
Yeah,
like I think Kit and Katie both backed Sleepy Hollow, which came out like right after it.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow was good. I do like Big Fish a lot.
Yeah, Big Fish was the one that we all said was like his like weird sort of like stumbled his way into like a sort of masterpiece in the midst of his like absolute garbage rest of his career.
Yeah, once he got into doing Disney movies, it was over. Even the Sweeney Todd was no good, which is really just like, how do you fuck up a musical about a murderous barber?
Just I think I know I've seen that, but I don't know if I've ever seen it not like a TV version. Like I feel like I maybe saw that like on like, you know, fucking TBS or some shit. And I don't know. I have no interest in that musical in general, but I'm so tired of seeing Johnny Depp.
Yeah, especially now that he looks like a piece of dog shit that was like baking in the sun.
I don't know. A lot of women still real horny for fucking current Johnny Depp for some reason.
Very weird.
Despite just looking like somehow looking like he's only 5 years younger than Keith Richards when he's like a solid 30. Yeah, Patreon, I Hope You Suffer Podcasts, or patreon.com/I Hope You Suffer Podcast. We got a bunch of bonus episodes this month, and outside of the Ashley Hayes Wright fucking exorcism movie, they've all been good stuff. That movie sucked.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was pretty shocked because I had high hopes after fucking the St. Bernard Civil War movie they did. Oh, God. What a fucking terrible family. When Monster B in DC, if it ever comes to streaming, we're doing an episode making Shayne watch it with us. Because I have to see what Monster B in DC is like, and I have to know who the president is in it. Because, like, I think it was made... I don't know. I can't remember if that was made post-Trump or pre-Trump, but I feel like it's going to be like a Democratic president that they're saving despite being a Democrat and not agreeing with any of his stances. I have a feel like it's going to be Obama and one of them's going to be in blackface. That's my guess.
They're going to make their daughter do it?
The daughter's playing Obama in it. Honestly, I'm on board. I want to see that movie now. You can leave us a rating and review on iTunes and Spotify, all that shit. Follow us on Instagram at I Hope You Suffer Podcast. You can follow Kit at Hidden Kitstery and Catchification of Blood. Follow Katie at Werewolf Face, and you can join Katie's Patreon at patreon.com/werewolfface. You can follow me at Gordon Scramsey on things. Follow me on Letterboxd while you still can.
Follow us on Bandcamp.
Yeah, you can follow me on Bandcamp too if you want, but we'll see how long that's going to last. R.I.P. Good Bandcamp. Shayne, do you want to fucking plug anything?
No, I don't really have anything to plug.
You plug your Twitter since you're somehow the only person still on there.
Yeah, I'm still on Twitter. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at MetalShayne2000. I'm trying to be more active on Instagram, so you can follow me there at the same. But other than that, I got nothing to plug right now.
How's Twitter going lately, since I'm no longer on it?
Oh, I mean, it's great if you like ads for garbage and just the worst fucking shit that you can imagine just being like blasted into your. Well, that's what it's always been, but now it's worse.
Yeah,
now it's just like endless misinformation, and
I am so glad
it's all blue checks.
I'm so glad I got off it like maybe 2 months or maybe a month and a half before like all the stuff with like Palestine right now, because I was like I could not handle it.
Oh, yeah. I just gave up trying. It's impossible to follow what's going on with the Palestine Israel thing on Twitter. There's just so much bullshit.
Yeah.
Like there was a video circulating that was from a video game, and
oh yeah,
it got like millions of views.
It's fucking just
it's
terrible world.
It's horrible.
So stupid.
Yeah, Twitter is useless for anything now because you can't even really make stupid little jokes unless you pay $8 for a blue check because all your posts will get buried. Like I typically will get like high double digit or like 150 views on tweets now, so it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, I feel like because like the fucking video, I think maybe you or maybe Lindsay sent to our group text of the AI background characters.
Oh, the Disney show
would have been such a massive thing like a year ago, and like I assume now it was like just an absolute blip on the radar. Like we're like,
yeah,
fucking video is so insane.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing I've seen on there for a while.
Have you seen that, Kit?
Uh-uh.
So I guess it was like a Disney show where they just put in like AI background characters in this like, I don't know, high school basketball game scene, and they just look exactly like Sims characters.
Yeah, they're mixed in with live action. It's the thing where they were filling out. There's like a row actual real teenage actors, background actors, and then behind them are all these just ridiculous looking CGI people.
Sims.
It's like not even like hidden.
I mean,
It's like the second row.
Yeah, it's incredibly obvious.
And like they're doing like it literally looks like the clapping the Sims do, where it's that weird, slow, unenthused kind of clapping. And it's very upsetting looking and bleak. But that would have been like a 2 or 3 day like Twitter story probably a year ago, and now it's just like, oh, I don't know, this thing happened. Anyway, everything's the worst. Here's some dude tweeting about how Nazis are cool, I guess, and his name's Elon.
And he owns the site.
Yeah. All right, Shane, thanks again for I don't know, you watched a good movie this week, so
Yeah, I know. I didn't have to watch anything shitty. I feel like I've watched good stuff the last few times I've been on here, because last time it was Tenacious D, and before that I think it was Demons or something.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's true.
You had Demons.
We need to make him suffer.
You had Demons, and then you had like a run of like, you know, you were on Badge Bible and Bigfoot, right?
Oh, that's right, I was. Oh yeah, fuck you for making me watch that.
Let's see. You had you had actually most of your stuff's good. You had Demon Knight, Judge Dredd, The Crow, Leprechaun 4, Hider in the House, Demons, Tenacious D.
Hider in the House rocked.
Yeah, that
I
movie is
think
awesome.
Badge of the Bible Bigfoot's your only real fucking
Yeah, that's
stinker
the only
in there.
real stinker, yeah.
Although first Judge Dredd. I
Yeah,
love
but we
it,
talked about the good Dread, too.
Yeah. Let's see who this music artist is on Spotify named Shayne Mathis. Let's see what this is all about.
Oh, that guy's he's a white gospel singer. I know exactly who you're talking about, because I found that guy on Facebook years ago, and I've just been kind of following his career trajectory, because I feel like I've discovered my extra dimensional good twin. Like I'm somebody's evil twin.
Shane, this is bad. Your music's bad.
Yeah, you should watch some of his. He's got some videos on YouTube. He's got really, as opposed to me, who has just really poor facial hair grooming tendencies. He's got really immaculately tended to beard, and he's like a gospel singer, and he's very clean cut. I'm just, living in sweatpants and death metal t-shirts now.
I like that all of his recent music is a Christmas song each year, apparently.
Yeah, that's funny. You've discovered the good guy, Shayne Mathis.
You're the evil twin.
Yeah,
Evil twin Shane.
All right.
Actually, back when this is a quick anecdote. Shut up. But back when I was still producing a podcast, is when I found him, and I was like, man, I got to try and get this guy on the podcast and talk about music. But I messaged him through Facebook, and he never responded. So
It would have been so awesome if like you had him on and just played him like whatever new metal shit was out.
I mean, that's what it was gonna be. I was like, I want to talk about career trajectories with the Christian Shayne Mathis.
That would have been fucking incredible.
Yeah, he got Donnie Darko'd into our universe, and that's how I would have turned out if I hadn't stopped going to church as a teenager.
Oh, yeah. All right. Final Flesh next week. That'll be an interesting one. All right. I hope you get killer condom, but why?
Oh no.
It's coming for you, Kit. Watch out. H.R. Giger's coming after you with his killer condom.
Oh god, what if it had H.R. Giger's teeth?
I really feel like H.R. Giger was probably like, you should make it look like a xenomorph head, and they were just like, all right, never mind.
Well, we consulted.
Yeah, we asked him, and he said, make it look like a xenomorph, and we were like, no thank you.